Hi, I'm Gary Marsden. I'm an associate professor at the Computer Science Department at the University of Cape Town here in South Africa. You can tell from my accent I'm Irish. I've been here for 9 years. My background is that I was working in London doing mobile interaction design, working with people like Orange and Nokia and Reuters. And I got fed up of London and I moved to Africa. And I kept doing mobile interaction design, but I kept changing my mind about what that was and how you should do it and what was important. And so really the last 9 years have been about rethinking the practices that I learned in HCI in the West, in Europe, and how best to change them and apply them to the environment here. So I started out worrying about issues like language, translating language and interface, designing relevant mobile applications. And very soon I realized that those kind of issues that are taught to us in the West as internationalization, i.e. Changing the icons, changing the text, are really only surface issues, and you need to understand deeper things. One of my big learnings was the fact that most people don't understand hierarchies. Menu classifications that everyone in the West understands are not necessarily understood by everyone here. So changing the language is really not going to help. So then the question is, how do you move forward? And I've tried a whole bunch of things and approaches that didn't work. But what I believe in strongly at the moment is something I'm calling empowered design. So I see my role as someone who creates technology as getting out of the way. Right? I shouldn't be dictating what applications someone in Africa should have. I should be creating technology that allows someone in Africa to create their own applications. And that might sound impossible, and maybe it is, but I think that's the only responsible approach to take. So over the past few years, my students and I have been looking at creating technology platforms. One of my students, a guy called Munir Parker, he was working with an outfit called Cell Life, creating applications for cell phones that let people record information about HIV positive patients. And he quickly discovered that there were all sorts of permutations and different clinics wanted different questions asked. So rather than build a solution for everyone, he built a technology platform that we've since refined that lets anyone create SMS questionnaires. So we are trying to get out of the picture. The next thing we did was create a technology called Big Board, which we've been demonstrating here over the past few days. And what Big Board does is let people download media for free onto their handsets, because we discovered people have handsets, but they can't necessarily afford the airtime, they can't afford the download costs. So what we've done there is allow people to select content from a screen, take a photograph of it, and that content then gets sent to their handset directly, not over the network, but via Bluetooth. And the board also lets people donate media. So you can take a story of your life, you can record things, stories with your friends, anything you want, and donate it to the community through the board. It's free, and you don't have to be literate to use it, as long as you can speak and have got ideas. So we're trying to empower people and give them a voice. We're working with NGOs to let them use that technology to share with people. And so how we do that is we create back-end applications that talk the language they talk. So for example, we work with the Institute for Democracy, and we build a system that lets them aggregate information for voters, put it on the board, and so voters can download it and take it away. So I guess I'm kind of trying to do myself out of a job. I want to get to the point where we have empowered enough people, whether through education, through technology, or whatever route, so that within Africa or other developing countries, we now are at the place where we can let them create solutions for themselves.